Roy Gilroy in the Children's House. Hi, I'm Roy Gilroy, and I am 4 years old. I am a pet, a fancy cat. I have big round eyes, a short nose, small ears, and long, long silky fur. That's because I am a Persian cat. I live with Dr. Scott in downtown Chicago. Dr. Scott is nice to me and takes time to brush and comb my coat every day. I am so lucky to be his pet. But Dr. Scott is very, very busy, and I am very, very lonely. I don't go out and I don't have playmates. Yet, one day, a long letter came in the mail. Dr. Scott told me about a trip to a foreign country. He said he could not take me with him. Now, we have this small problem. I hate pet hotels, and he knows it. Last time he put me in a pet hotel, I got ill and fussy. We were both quite unhappy for a couple of days. Sunday morning, Dr. Scott made a long-distance call to California. He spoke with his sister Megan. Then he told me the good news. Aunt Megan said I could stay at her place if I was a good boy. So the next day, Dr. Scott bought a fancy carrier for me. They call it a pet taxi, you know. Dr. Scott explained to me that taxi was a Greek word, which actually means travel. I loved that. I was very excited, of course. This was going to be my first flight on a plane. Dr. Scott put me in my new pet taxi before we set out for the airport. The trip was wonderful. Dr. Scott had a seat by the window, and I was allowed to be with him. I could see the blue skies and the snowy clouds just under my nose. They were simply lovable. They looked like cotton candy, soft and fluffy and very big. They made me feel like rolling on them and hugging them all. We arrived in Orange County in the evening. Dr. Scott took a cab from John Wayne Airport. Very soon we got to Aunt Megan's house. Here, the big surprise. A toy dog was waiting for us in the doorway. He sort of barked friendly. I never saw such a funny dog before. He had staring eyes, a short and wrinkled snout, short legs, and a long, straight coat. Aunt Megan called him Gwai Gwai. She told us that he was a Pekingese dog. When we got inside, another surprise was waiting. A silly voice cried out, "Hey there, how are you doing, folks?" "Oh, here is old Alvaro," said Dr. Scott to a small green parrot. "Hi all. Boys, this is Roy Gilroy from Chicago," said Aunt Megan to Gwai Gwai and Alvaro. "He will stay with us for a couple of weeks. Please be nice to him. I am very shy, you know. I mean, when I meet someone." "Roy Gilroy, you will have good company here," Aunt Megan said to me. Then to Dr. Scott, "Don't worry, Clay, he will be all right." This is how all started.